You're on.
Hi, my name is Chelsea, and I have a blog, Chelsea to See. And you may have seen me on other videos where I've been traveling the world and trying different food, eating grasshoppers in Uganda and Bangladeshi food in rural Gaibandha, Bangladesh. And now I thought it would be wonderful, now that I'm finally back in the US living here, to teach you how to make something that's really near and dear to my heart, a Italian sauce gravy. This is just how me and my family make it. YouTube.
How did you come up with gravy as opposed to sauce?
That's what my grandfather used to call it. So this is a very important dish to me. It means home and comfort, and it's just so much more than just a dish. It meant coming downstairs to my grandfather's house. Well, I lived upstairs with my mom, and smelling the sauce that had been on the pot for hours already. And this was in Gravesend, Brooklyn. And my grandfather lived next door to a schoolyard, and yet managed to grow basil, and tomatoes and figs in his backyard. And it was like a little Italy back there in the middle of Brooklyn. And then he would harvest it all and make it first thing on Sunday morning, and then we would eat at 3 p.m. So coming down and feeling the warm kitchen and smelling the tomatoes and hearing of the wooden spoon against the pot was just so viscerally comforting that I managed to incorporate it into all of my travels. I managed to make sauce in a little rural area of India on this little burner that we had there, and found tomatoes when I was 19 in the local market, just so that I could have this little piece of home when I wasn't really feeling comforted by my surroundings. So today I'm going to be drinking and making sauce my way with you on YouTube. So cheers. Okay, so first you have to go and make sure you pick the really nice plum tomatoes. Right here I have about 10 tomatoes. They have to give a little bit and be ripe. They have to smell, which works a lot better in other countries. Most of the shitty tomatoes here just don't really smell. But when my grandfather used to actually make them in the backyard, they would just like smell like warm tomatoes. Dirt a little bit, which was amazing. So my hands are clean. And what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to use a very sharp knife and slice the tomato.
Does a thickness count? How thick do you want to?
I like my tomatoes kind of thick. So you want to just put them in the bowl like this. And then what you're going to want to do, so I'll show you. You're going to want to take it and smash it with your fingers, like really get in there and really make sure all the juices come out. When you have not that much time, you can just use a can of crushed tomatoes. Usually try to get a good can of crushed tomatoes. But when you have the time, you want to use plum tomatoes, mash them and crush them with your fingers, and use that as your base. And then you can always add a can on top of it to make it a little bit more lush. But until then, just make sure you crush it with your fingers. I'm gonna do that now. So catch up with you later. And now I'm just crushing all the tomatoes in the bowl. So really just get in there, like you're making meatballs, and just crush them in between your fingers. It's very fun. People may get a little grossed out watching you do it, but it really makes a very delicious sauce if you do it from scratch like this. Nice. If you have the time. Oh. So now
Excellent.
is the most important part, the garlic. Do you remember that scene in The Godfather when they're teaching, oh no, it's Goodfellas, where they're teaching how to make the sauce? That's kind of what I'm channeling right now, if you wanted to know where my inspiration is coming from. But I'm much prettier. All right, so different people have different techniques for the garlic. I'm using 6 cloves because I like it very garlicky. You have the crush, but I like the 1, 2, and then the skin comes right off. I'll do it again for you. 1, 2, 2. 1. Okay. 1, 2.
Nice.
Nice crack.
Nice crack.
And it comes right off. When you catch me in a second, I'll have all of this done. Okay, so nice big cloves. So when you're preparing your garlic, you're gonna wanna do one quick crush with the knife to release the oils. And then I like to slice in big chunks so that you have nice big pieces of the garlic in your pasta. The olive oil is already in here. And now you take the garlic and you want to put it on low heat. And just gently brown the garlic in the olive oil. It'll take about 10 minutes. Oh, I love that noise.
I know.
I picked some of the basil off of the big stalk to put into the sauce when we're ready for it.
How's it going?
It's good. You got to really keep an eye on the garlic because you want it to brown but not burn, and that's tricky. So just make sure you get it to that point. And now we're going to add our crushed tomatoes. You got to step back a little bit because it's going to splash at you. Ooh, oh crap. Yeah, well.
Nice.
Oh, I love this nice layer of oil on top that the garlic oil makes. All right, so now you're gonna let this sit for a second, and then we're gonna add some of the next ingredients. Now that we have the sauce has been on the stove for a while, we're gonna take our basil, and I just like to directly just crunch it up like this and put it directly in the sauce like that. I don't even bother cutting it because I like my basil like I like my garlic in large pieces. Okay, look at how gorgeous. I think one of the reasons I really like making this is just so aesthetically pleasing. It's so colorful and so pretty also. I'm gonna add a little salt. A little pepper, and a little wine. Make sure to use wine that you would actually drink yourself, not crap old wine. And gently fold it into the sauce. Look at how gorgeous this is. It's freaking stunning. This is why I managed to make this everywhere I have ever lived, because it doesn't get better than this. So there's a lot of different types of ways that you can make sauce. I am Sicilian, so my sauce is just the tomatoes and the basil. It's a really clean, almost chunky sauce. You can also add a little bit of sugar and tomato paste to make more of a gravy. My grandmother does it that way, and that's delicious. That tastes really good over a bag of rigatoni. But this is going to be just a very simple savory sauce with salt and pepper, and we're going to put it over fusilli with a little ricotta. So this is some beautiful fusilli. Hold on, we're filming.
Sorry.
So this is some beautiful fusilli I got at Italy, and we're just gonna throw it in the pot, cook it for like 9 minutes until it's al dente, and then and I want you to take a look at the sauce now. So it's been cooking for a few hours. It's gotten really dark, which is gorgeous. It's almost like a gravy now. So
Beautiful.
I'll catch back up with you when the pasta's ready.
Okay.
So it's really important to know what you're getting into.
What are you doing?
You know, like they.
I'm checking to see if the pasta's ready.
My friend Chris had
It should be
House in Palm Springs. That was really
al dente, which is like hard but not crunchy.
We were there, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, like I rather go in really a big.
Perfect. Okay, so the pasta's done.
You know, when you kind of get.
And before I
I don't really
put
wanna know who my neighbor
the
is.
pasta in the scolobust, I want to use a little bit of starch water to make the gravy really thick and delicious.
She's in another
So
and it's
turn this off.
And she's straight. And she happens to live near, well, I tease her, some people go to gays. You're the only person that's straight. I'm like, well,
And that my grandpa always used to say, "I'm throwing down," and everyone in the house would run to the kitchen because they know it was about time to eat.
Prince Spaghetti.
you know, it's like, and she likes it, but she says, like, one of your neighbors smokes and it drives her crazy. And that's what smoke, when it comes to also drives her crazy. So you always gotta find something, you know? So, anyhow.
Look at how beautiful. Oh, so gorgeous. All right, so now I'm gonna dress the pasta,
Excellent. Draining it.
draining it. I'm gonna dress it. So what you do is you take a bowl
Why do you drain it?
You know, so why?
Why do you drain it?
Because you need
to get all the water out of the pasta, so it's not a watery mess.
why is that?
And you take a nice plate, and first you take a little bit of the gravy. Gorgeous. You put it along the bottom. And then you take the pasta. No. What?
I don't have the tongs. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Do you have like the thingy? The claw? Okay. How am I gonna do? Oh, this.
Okay. Fabulous.
No, I'm just gonna dump it. Yeah.
I thought someone had a gun with it. It was crazy. You can't even saying this, you know, no, you're not. There's rules here, like, this is extremely. That's too late at the top.
All Jews are going to be crazy.
My friend, grew up some money. Like,
Beautiful.
it's like,
Perfect, that's right.
Speaking of rules, so we can take the glide class, right? And he puts on like meditative music, and then he says, okay, stretch. Stand up. Exhale.
Beautiful.
Reach your arms up to the beat. Do this. So then
Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh basil on it.
And this meatball. He sits down. Not her. She sits down.
And a little bit of olive oil on top of that. Gorgeous. So now we're gonna put some Parmesan cheese on it.
so then I go like this and so on. I said, oh.
So we just finished our salad, and now I'm gonna serve the pasta, the beautiful pasta, to Richie.
The pièce de résistance.
Ooh, fill this plate up.
Gorgeous, beautiful.
Yummy. Oh,
I'm gonna
look
give
at
you
that.
a little more sauce.
We have
There's
some.
there's
Oh,
more
yeah.
in the pot too, and then if you want, here's the Parmesan cheese in the gut. Can I throw?
Of course
can
I want.
Okay.
They want the whole 9 yards.
Nice.
These little baby spoons I got from Uganda. Little baby spoon. Beautiful.
Ooh.
I can't wait to eat it myself. Now we have some nice Italian bread. We have some sparkling wine.
That looks delicious.
Sparkling water and wine.
And this is for me.
And so cheers everyone
Cheers.
to delicious food.
Thank you for
Oh.
cooking.
With good friends.
Cheers.
Oh, great food. Look at that. Look at that.